Novaria damage can't be tanked up by the Hilda alone. The only real risk is the Hayabusa. If Kairi can get onto Yehezkiel, Ghost of Jakarta is looking pretty spooky there.
I just don't see the synergy with the Novaria and the chip.
First, a signature pick. Second, it enlarges the hitboxes. So when the chip does go in, if they get hit by, if they get hit by the Astral Echo, Edith, Suyo, Aerith it'll be easier for them to brawl because everybody's like easier to hit.
But there's so much magic damage.
For Suyo,
Good idea.
it's all good, I think, for now. I mean, I think in the late game, I think it's fine. They have Suyo.
Definitely not bad, but I think Onic has a bit more of a, I wouldn't even call it balanced composition, but they just have a lot more burst damage, right? And in a game like this where there's no real front line, I feel like that burst damage is going to be so useful for Onic because we saw it earlier, right? In game number 1. Because of the burst damage, they're able to do things that catch you off guard and you can't respawn once your HP bar hits 0. And Onic has an abundance of ways to make that happen.
So is the Coach Yeb effect real? Or was it just a one-game kind of thing? Oh, I guess we'll see as game number 2 will unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, will he be enough to bring the Sky Kings back from the red zone? Let's head into game number 2.
We shall see, ladies and gentlemen, a possible clean sweep for Onic as we see the Kalea Beatrix. Arashi, thoughts on the Beatrix? Not really, the choice I would have gone for. Not safe. Kairi still able to get the orange buff, jumps in. Look, piece here too, Witty. Might just be first blood, and he will be to Kai on the Haya. That's some bad news for TLID.
It's almost like a misplan. They were invading in the side with the Hilda. An early game Hilda is not something to be trifled with, that's for sure. Fabian trying to return some of the favor. But yes, I think Onic are completely disregarding safety. Just try and get some more playmaking, some more damage, and we've seen that work out for them. And in fact, Severo went with the weapon mastery and thrill, so nothing when it comes to movement speed or defenses. He's just going all in here, probably trying to rely on the team and use that damage pressure to really force Team Liquid ID back.
And TLID should know that, right? They're like the number 1. Oh, wait a second.
Shadow kill into the back. Aaron Shiki with the Purify already. Just forcing out these battle spells. Both Purifies are down.
Resources taken out of the bat just like that. And that is the danger of Kairi on the Hayabusa. But back to the point earlier, TLID should know that. They're the ones that have been picking up the Hilda left, right, and center. They know the early game damage that the Hilda can do. They know the pressure and the presence.
Witty again targeted down. Very low. He's practically out of the fight despite not getting Wow! Whoa! Just outside of the range of that Blade Surge. Sans really playing with the pixels.
And he's been super aggressive the whole time here. If you look at the Yehezkiel, again, Novaria clears waves really, really fast, but he has not been allowed to at all by Sans. But Team Liquid ID.
Walking up. Aran's gonna be the one who picks up the neutral objective. For the airstrike coming down, is Witty gonna be bursted down by that feather airstrike. It's slammed down to Aran. That's an onward to lock Keyboy down. Turtle for a kill. But it's a kill traded back. Let's pay! Oh, he gets through the wall almost. Snipe from Severo. Doesn't land. Yehezkiel. Barely had a range.
Almost 1-for-1 trade, but TLID still pick up the turtle. Was it a worth it trade?
For Team Liquid ID, I feel like it's still within what they want. That's how I would categorize it. It's definitely not ideal. For Onic, against this chip, all they want to do is maintain that control, right? So as long as they don't fall back when it comes to the damage output and the sustainability, I feel like they're in a good spot. Later on, the Kalea and Hilda technically have good sustain built in with the Kalea healing and the Hilda, bush shielding and healing as well. So when it comes down to it, Onic are going to be able to out-sustain Team Liquid ID. And it's not like Team Liquid ID are fully geared in for some kind of harassment battle. The only long-range weapon they have is that Star Shatter, and they're trying to use that against a Feather Airstrike and a Runner's Apathy. So they're definitely outgunned, quite literally.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're expecting when they come down to those 5v5 team fights. Which is why we're wondering, what's the idea for TLID? Because if The idea usually is with the Novaria, you try to go for range, you go for poke, but like you mentioned, there's so many sustain tools that they have. Do they go for pickoffs? If they go for pickoffs, who's supposed to burst them down? Are they expecting Aaron Shiki, the only person to be able to follow up on that kind of pickoff with Weedy?
I think it's definitely more of a pick-off angle. If they can get to Sans or Savero, then immediately one of the bigger damage-dealing tools of the whole team gets negated, right? But we've seen Onic play so well to really shut Widdy down. And even now, Kibo is doing a great job spotting him out again and again. And Lutpi can do the exact same thing, but he gets jumped on.
Blade Surge, the onward, and the Earth Shatter, but Lutpi is able to dodge away from that Earth Shatter. Widdy now with the Crash Course. Does get on Lutpi. Oh! Wow! Tsunami Slam to the back with the Feather Airstrike as well. Good Blade Surge out. Aaron Shiva's Bond Force now as Kyrie jumps back and forth with the Quad Shatter, but Lutpi in the back is right there. Fabian very low. Lutpi getting away with the Primal Rat on Aran. Onic looking for it. Kai, this now will be the one winning it out. Still, Fabian shooting down. Kyrie jumps in. Shadow kill. 2 kills for Sans. Winning, gunned down by Savero.
That's a 3-4-0. That's a 3-4-0. A 4-4-0 with that neutral objective take by Kyrie as well. He wasted 0 resources before that take. Sans.
Uh-oh. Way too aggressive this time, Sans. Aaron with the punish.
That's a shutdown as well for Aaron Shiki. Should be able to utilize that resource to their benefit. But in the end, Keyboy goes in once again onto Weedy.
Whoa. Tsunami Slam too. Not too sure about that. Widdy. No shortcut, so there's no punishment. But Onic, they can't overheat here.
Well, as we said earlier, Hila Sans works both ways. Occasionally, he overextends. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think a bit of a weak link you can see from Onic right here is the placements of the Bennett's Rages. We've seen those, you know, it's not a really difficult skill to land, but sometimes Savero has been placing it just outside of range, and that is going to be very important when it comes down to the later stages of the pickoff game. So Onic definitely have to try and communicate better with Savero on that. Even earlier with the Tsunami Slam, Savero did not put it in the right location.
So they were unable to utilize it in that particular moment. But for the most part, it's still Onic claiming control, 2,000 gold lead. They pick up the turret as well in the top side of the map. And Lutpi has been doing a really great job at zoning Fabian out of these neutral objective takes. They're not giving Fabian an option on the Suyo. That's Weedy.
Wow. Is able to escape Kyrie against all of them. Now it's a re-engage from Keyboy. Jumps in, Tsunami Slam, locking him down. Bennett's Rage! Over to Aran, Widdy to be shredded down. Fabian jumps in, Sans able to fly by, away. Lutpi still zoning them in the back. Fabian taking low! Kai with a quad shadow and the shadow kill. It's a good blink out from Yehezkiel as Aaron goes in on Lutpi, but Lutpi is a bit too tanky. It's just tanking everything now, putting the damage back on Aaron. Shiki, Savero. With a shot on Aaron. Lutpi sandwiched under the turret. Sans in the mid lane still. Zaman Force used up by Aaron as he tries to recall. Keyboy cancels that recall. Savero with the orange buff take a turtle for Kai.
The sleeping giants are slowly reawakening in the 7th minute. Game number 1 was brutal. Game number 2, it's looking like the same, cut from the similar cloth. Onic, 4,000 gold lead. Arashi, what's going on?
They're just able to use the back and forth, dude. Whenever Team Liquid ID can get a fully committed fight, they have the tools available there. The Primal Wrath, the shortcut, the Blade Surge, all of these tools, right? But the moment Onic are able to get some distance and then do the back and forth, that dance, you can see Kyrie, even when he's low, able to find windows to get in. He has an invulnerability period. There's a range to play around with for Onic as well. And they can go in, do some burst damage, and then get back out and wait for the reset. And Team Liquid ID cannot do the same. So Team Liquid ID should really stop chasing once that shortcut play doesn't really work out. Because when they've done so, again and again, they have been punished for it.
So what do they look for, if that's the case, right? What do they commit to? What can their composition offer in this moment in time?
At this point in time, unfortunately for them, the only real good lockdown tool...
Oh boy! Snipe! Feather airstrike, last one doesn't land! But Widdy's practically out of the fight already. Keyboy with the conceal, looking for the back line.
Aaron Shiki?
Able to zone them away. Kai though, shadow kill! Oh, transfer over to Aaron Shiki. Baby just soaking it in. They will recall, but look at Witty in the back. Sans goes in. Oh, what a shot! But Lippy takes him down. Witty in the back, looking at the flank right now. Sans will be taken very low, but it's going to be the gun down. Aran finds the Earth Shatter, and that's the Star Shatter to take Savero out. But look at Kai on Aran. Keyboy walking up, getting the sustain necessary. They're waiting for the cooldowns now. Kai, Quad Shadow locking him down. Onward, Earth Shatter. Kyrie locked. Oh, won't be able to get the kill, but will be able to get back into the Quad Shadow. Onic with another favorable trade.
It's a 3-4-2. It's a 3-4-2, but saving grace for TLID is the fact that they took both Sans and Severo down. So that was a shutdown and given over. Fabian, though.
Ooh, okay. Won't be a steal just yet. Onic though, now they can set up and do the exact same thing near the Lord objective. Admittedly though, near the Lord, with this kind of situation, that all in nature of Team Liquid ID can be a bit better. They just have to kind of space out better right now because Sans and Savero are getting taken out, but they're doing so much damage before getting taken out. There is a run!
Full burst on Aran. He did not get a chance to react to it. Bennett's Rage, Feather Airstrike. It'll be a turret up top at least, but Onic will definitely get the value out of this one.
Yeah, no contest whatsoever there.
That was
They
a
know
fun
that
one.
he's behind quite a bit. 2 levels down. Plus, even if they wanted to go for, let's say, a team fight, Aaron Shiki only has 2 items under his belt, no Holy Crystal just yet. So they're buying time, and hopefully this could be the moment where they turn things around. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
Could be it, but against a Farsa and a Beatrix, man, the siege situation doesn't really look too promising. Onic, whoa!
Oh, Redder's Apathy! The ball from Sans! Feathered Airstrike and the shot. Sans and Savero, the double S of Onic.
What was that? Was that Lethal Ignition Tick?
And blowing one.
Wow.
And the built-in Farsa passive as well. I mean, man, that's a combo we haven't seen in a while, and it's devastating, dude. That's Aaron. Check out the picture. Whoa!
Keyboy! Getting the pick. Sans again with the burn! What? Onic are well and truly back. The mastermind behind this, but the players will have all the morale. Keyboy jumps in one more time. Aran with a Primal Wrath. Keyboy gonna be taken very low, taken down by Aaron Shiki as he pops the Mind Force down. Now Kyrie with a Quad Shadow jumps in. Aaron trying to poke Sans. Turret very low up top. Savero just needs a few more shots. A base turret again falling down below.
Wow. What was that engage? We're seeing Onic back. These waves are still crashing in favor of the Sky Kings as well. TLID have not been given room whatsoever.
Oh,
Look at that damage!
This time though, Savero with a big blunder. Oh, still able to flicker out in the
Kyrie?
end. Oh! In the back, getting a killing spree with a Quad Shadow, able to escape as well. Witty, no flicker to jump in. Onic somehow with Savero locked, with Kyrie jumping in. They got the dub, only losing their Hilda.
Yeah, they traded back just Lutby for Fabian. That's super worth. The waves are still crashing. It looks like Onic are still there. That's an inhibitor turret taken down. And this is an 8,000 gold lead for the Sky Kings.
it's Sans just making solo plays, dude. Doesn't even care that the team has backed out. That play was a winning play by Team Liquid ID. They're able to get Savero. He wasn't able to output all the damage. That could be an angle to really start a winning fight. But Kyrie, dude, came in there 1v2 with some minions too, takes out Fabian and still finds ways to be elusive, get out. Kyrie just turned that around solo.
So much centering and surrounding the Sans Keyboy duo that a lot of people have been saying has not worked lately. And just that slam into the Feather Airstrike alone, it feels like that chemistry is back. We're looking at the real-time stats here, comparing both of the mid laners, and you can see just a glaring difference. Sans is so far ahead. On top of all the damage that he's been able to do, he now has the Divine Glaive, so even if there's magic defense, that's gonna be a problem.
Uh-oh. The conceal's canceled by Keyboy. Read out like a book.
Despite the fact that the chip should be a bit more difficult to track down, Onic are doing a great job spotting him at every single turn. Yes, he has the Wishing Lantern, he can do a bit more damage, but Witty gonna be frontlining. Is that a wise choice?
Slam, locking him down again with a Bennett. There's no way you can survive that Aaron Chiquito. Zero with him on force now, locking him down. Look, he's still able to survive, gets into the bush with the regen of Sans. Just scouts in the back. Kyrie pops in a shadow kill. The chain CC getting him down. Kai still able to survive somehow. Kivoy, how has he survived? Now it's Savero with a question mark to Aaron.
Sans.
It's Onic with a declaration of war. Back to MPL ID. The mastermind is back. Onic are back. Who's next?
Who is next, indeed? That is a question that will echo through the minds of the next teams that will have to face the Sky Kings on their journey to reawakening in the red zone. By this match result alone, 2-0 TLID. This should put them out. It should bring them out of what seemed to be a bad season for Onic.
After falling all the way down to the last spot in the standings here, Onic with a bold move, a crazy play, an insane play, and it has worked out, man. Immediate improvement already, and this was on a shorter notice. I bet the fans are already imagining what could be possible here if Yeb sticks around.
We were talking about proving grounds today. We were wondering whether or not just a few days, just because of one man alone, things could change for Onic.
Yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Never doubt Raja Yeba. Never doubt him.
Let's talk to Onic. Let's see how they feel. Let's see the changes.